Hey, welcome back. Getting back to the Frankenstein Panther here. See what we can do with this. That darn bathtub is still in my shop, but I'm telling you, by the end of this month, well, this is February, well, by the middle of March, I'll have that out of here and have that in the bathroom. I know it's going in the house. Anyhow, things are coming along pretty good with this project. I've been waiting for a few little things that held me up. One of them was this big snap ring that goes in here. There you can see the ends of it right there. Big snap ring holds that sprocket in place on these Honda 350 wheels. And these bolts right here actually just hold the steel pegs that go into the hub. And in that hub there are rubber buffers that soak up any shock and vibration going through the hub. So this bike also has that Norton Atlas clutch on it, which also has rubber buffers on the inside as well. So that drivetrain system should be well protected from any shocks. And a lot of the Japanese manufacturers from the late 60s and through the early to mid 70s were using snap rings to hold that sprocket in place, and they never had an issue. So I'm not worried about that getting damaged or anything. I had to do some machining on the back sprocket and on the gearbox sprocket. I don't know if you can see the outer face of that or not, but I was having trouble with the 530 chain coming in contact with the frame. Now, the best way I could figure out how to get around that was just to switch to a 520 chain, which is 1/8 of an inch narrower. So anyways, I machined the front face of the gearbox sprocket and machined the outside face too of this sprocket, which would keep the chain away from that frame another 1/8 of an inch. So anyway, it's where I want it now. There's no chance of it, wrapping into the frame or anything. So I'm pretty happy with that. I got most of my drivetrain done. I need to take that piece of 1/4 inch rod right there and turn that into a clutch rod to go in here. And what I'll do with that, they need to be hardened on each end, so what I'll do is I'll just take a 1/4 inch ball bearing and I'll weld it to each end of the rod after I cut it to length, and then re-harden the bearing, and that will give me a nice hard end on each side so that it doesn't wear. Because if you try to make a clutch rod out of just plain cold rolled steel, it will wear on the ends and you constantly have to adjust it, and that's a real pain in the neck, and I don't want to have to bother with that. So the cure is, harden the ends like that. So what else is going on with this? I still need to make up a throttle cable for the carburetor. I need to make a clutch cable that goes in that hole right there in the transmission so I can operate the clutch. I need to make a brake system here too for this. I need an anchor to hold the hub to this pin right here, I think. And then I need to make a crossover tube to go to the other side so that I can have a left-hand brake instead of a right-hand brake, because this has a right-hand shift. I don't want a right-hand shift and a right-hand brake. That would just be confusing. So anyway, I'll keep it the way the old British bikes were set up, and that way, if I take it out driving, I won't get confused. And I still need to make up a front brake cable to go down there. And let's see. Oh, if I get tired of doing this mechanical stuff, I'll just make up a nice little sheet metal bracket for this. So I'll switch from doing the mechanical and machining side to doing a little sheet metal work, because these old bikes from the 40s and 50s had really big license plate brackets on them. Like if it was a custom like this one here, I could just put a little bracket like that, a very simple affair on there. But it really doesn't look right on something like I'm trying to make this look like. So what I want to do is something like what's on the back of that ES2 Norton. A nice big plate to hold the taillight and to hold the license plate as well. Anyway, that's for down the road. See, we got a little bit of snow that drifted in underneath the door. Yeah, we had a little bit of a snowstorm here in Nova Scotia the other day, but it was pretty easy to move. I was going to get the snowblower out, but I have to move all these bikes to get at it, and I thought, well, you know what, by the time I move the bikes and get the snowblower out, I could have it all shoveled out anyway, because a lot of it drifted away. I'll show you what the driveway looks like there right now. As the camera can get used to the light. But anyway, I got it all shoveled out. It only took about a half hour, and that's about as long as it would have took to do with the snowblower anyway. So I got a little more exercise, and more than I wanted. Anyway, I'll get back at the Panther again and post another video as soon as I make some progress. So thank you for watching. If you feel like it, you can subscribe. That way when I do new videos up, they'll pop up on your feed and you'll know you've got something else stupid to watch. Anyways, have a good day. Put a like down if you want to. Talk later.